Hello, welcome everyone. I'm Mano, Raju, the elected public defender of San Francisco. Welcome to another episode of Daring Defender. Today I'm really excited to be here with Liz Camacho and Anita, Nabha, two of the felony managers in the San Francisco Public Defender's Office. For those of us who are watching and may not be familiar with the actual criminal processes that unfolds, can you talk about what it's like to represent a felony client?
You start by meeting your client at arraignment, and that's their first court appearance. We put a lot of effort and energy into those first couple of days, really. If they can fight their case out of custody, they can keep their housing and their job and maintain their relationships. Even if it's a really serious case and you know that they might not get released that day, them seeing you fight is how you establish rapport and a relationship and trust. And then we follow those clients from their first court appearance where we enter a not guilty plea all the way through to trial.
Liz, can you talk about some of the unique challenges defending clients facing a felony charge and why it's so important to be vertical in our representation?
The prosecutor is charging so many people, making detention motions, asking them to keep people inside, and easily the court grants them good cause continuance. All parts of the system are made so that the defender doesn't get to take their client and have their day in court, because when we do, then the jury sees their story, the fact that they are victims, and lots of the time respond to that.
One of the unique challenges that we face is that the prosecutor has an enormous amount of power. They make the charging decisions and charge things they absolutely cannot prove. They charge a robbery when something is a theft. They charge something as a violent assault when it's a simple battery. We had a case where someone was accused of throwing a plastic water bottle at somebody, and they charged that as an assault with a deadly weapon.
We know there's a lot of bias in prosecution, but it's also, they're limited in what they look at. It's up to us to show maybe not just the what happened, but the why. When all that comes forward, often what looked like a canvas that's this big is now this big. The only power that we have is actually the ability to say three words: time, not wait, right? And to actually get our day in court. Sometimes they say, well, you're jamming the system by going no time waiver. Like, that's all we can do. Our clients are relying on us going no time waiver. Otherwise, they languish in jail waiting for us to actually fight them. The reality is there's a lot of people who will plead to something they did not do.
Yes.
To mitigate the harm or just to get out. Can we talk about why that happens and what we do to try to prevent that?
One of the scariest things in the world is sitting there in jail and being told you are charged with a felony. When I speak to our client, the first words out of my mouth are, I am going to fight for you today, and I'm going to try and get you out.
Most of our clients are Black and brown, and San Francisco's African-American population keeps dwindling. They know that they're not going to get a jury of their peers, even though you may be advocating for me. But how am I going to get these 12 people who don't look like me and don't understand my life experience, to see what happened? And it is a lot easier to extract a plea from someone who is desperate because of all the other circumstances of their life, even when they are innocent of the charges.
We're seeing in this news this narrative of crime rising in San Francisco and other places. How does the work of this unit address and take action against these false narratives?
People want to have an easy explanation for really complex problems. There is lack of affordable housing, there is income inequality, there is drug addiction that's a public health crisis. And a really easy narrative that has come about is that, it's, crime is rising in San Francisco, it's a dangerous city. The truth is there's a lot of strength and beauty in our city, and there's a lot of people that are struggling that don't need the heavy hand of law enforcement to solve the problems. They need access to housing and investment in our schools and our communities.
This is a really hard job. You have a lot of clients who are looking at a lot of time. The flip side of that, of course, is you can have a massive impact on people's lives. So can you talk about some of the emotional resilience and fortitude that you need to be a felony client attorney?
So every time I go into a trial, I want every single judge and every single DA to realize that when they deny the release, when they don't give the mitigated offer, when they don't let my client out, I will be cordial and professional, but I will not relent. Why our defenders are beautiful, why our office is beautiful, is we come in ready to rage against the machine.
Our loyalty is to the client. We're going to fight for that client. I'm so proud of our felony unit and the felony unit you're managing, because just work incredibly hard, and and if we don't, then injustice happens.